What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So this is going to be a very quick video. I'm going to try and make this as quick as possible because I've got to go to bed. But today is going to be hectic. And by today, I mean like it's 12:30 in the morning. So today, but I've got to go to bed. I've got a meeting for the student council at 9. Then that goes for half an hour. I then have about an hour in between that where I can probably actually get dressed and have breakfast. Probably more so the breakfast side of things than the getting dressed side. I will at least have a shirt on for the meeting. But then 10:30 is when class starts, and today is the day we hand in the first part of our screen business assessment for year 1 semester 1, and it's worth 40% of our mark. Our group's pretty confident that we got this, so I'm not freaking out about it. I'm pretty confident in what we've got. I'm pretty happy with what we've got, actually. And if I could release this, if I could release the pitch before, presenting it, I would. But as it's an AFTRS assignment, it actually belongs to AFTRS, so I can't actually release it. But I do wish you guys were able to see what we've got, because it's pretty, I think anyway, it's pretty good as far as quality is concerned. So very excited for that. And then I think there's some drinks afterwards. I'll see about that, because I do know I'm going to see Batman with some friends from my class Saturday afternoon. But I also wanted to get on here quickly and sort of, because assignments are just piling up around me at the moment. I love it because it's all to do with film, and it's really starting to make me think about how I make content here on YouTube, and how I've been approaching content creation on my other socials as well. Obviously, YouTube's kind of been the one I've wanted to use the most, and even it's spotty at best. I'm on Instagram and TikTok pretty regularly. I don't upload there pretty much at all in the last couple of months. But there's whole TV shows releasing through TikTok, which I find to be fucking crazy, and would love to try something like that. But more specifically to do with another assignment we've got. So the major work, I suppose you could call it, for semester 1 is a 2-minute short film, like one take, like there's no editing, visual storytelling thing. So music can only really be captured through the camera, and even then we're discouraged from using actual music. So I've come up with this idea of it being kind of an interpretive dance piece. It was only really sort of just a second ago that I came up with the idea that it could be interpretive dance, and then as I sort of went through that idea in my head, I was like, no, this is perfect for what I want. So it's going to end up being like an interpretive dance piece with, I can have up to 2 actors, 2 characters, and that's what I'm going to have. One is going to be a customer, and another is going to be a psychic tarot reader. And they're basically gonna, the 2 minutes is going to consist of, the customer walks in, the psychic invites them to sit down, you know, not really a whole heap of interpretive, but it's going to be a silent film, so it's going to be a lot of emotioning, and like interpretive dance while sitting down sort of thing. So it's going to be kind of cool. And then the tarot reader will shuffle the cards and sort of lay them out in some smaller piles. The customer will then sort of motion to one of them, and it really doesn't matter for the story which one of them they choose, allowing my actors a little bit of creative freedom, like, oh, let's try this, see how that goes. And then it'll be a case of doing a 3-card reading. So the first one will come out, there'll be some interpretive dance around like, this is what this means, and the customer will sort of be like skeptical, like maybe sort of thing, like there'll be sort of the body language of like, you know, like yeah, but like no, but like yeah, kind of skeptical. Second card will then come out, there'll be a little bit more what looks like explanation, interpretive dance from the psychic. The customer will then respond in a more like, yeah, okay, I'm starting to see what you're getting at, this is kind of alright. And then the last one's going to come out, and there'll be a big bit where the psychic explains how the whole reading goes, how it's, you know, this big introspective thing or whatever it might be, however it's interpreted, and the customer will be like, oh yeah, like mind blown, yes, I'm dealing with that exact thing, because I did some card readings tonight during our group session for our assignment that we're pitching today, and that was kind of the response that one of the people had, was like, I don't really understand this card, and I didn't really get this card like on its own, but because of this card it all makes complete sense, and like the way you've explained it has made it be like, yeah, no, that's pretty much exactly what I'm dealing with. And I was coming into this kind of skeptical, not really knowing what it was about to begin with, and it was a really cool interaction that I had today. And since I've been doing some readings for the last 2-3 nights, I've done probably about a dozen readings in the last sort of 2-3 days. Yeah, no, it's been really cool, and I sort of decided after the first night that for my visual storytelling I want to use my cards, because they're in my bag. But the Mystic Mondays in particular, for visual storytelling, oh look at that, death cards on the bottom, cool. But like, you can't tell me that this, you know what I mean? And especially when you consider that Major Arcana actually is a story, the Fool's Journey, you can't tell me that that's not visual storytelling. Like, you know, let's just, there, let's say that, oh, I've got 4 cards there, but let's say that those are the cards that come out, right? Like that could be a reading, right? We're looking at we read it from past, present, future, right? That's a past that, it's been a hot second since I've had to look at any of these cards. Alright, so a past of people pleasing. In the present, I need to keep that one there. In the present, they're dealing with, what have we got there? We got the Magician. Yes, I did just read that using the reflection. So, got a present where they're being manipulated, and then the Star being upright is about healing and inspiration. So, trying to people please, being manipulated, you know, as like the life journey so far. You can kind of see some trust issues there, but that the future is going to be full of healing. Like, that could be a reading, And that's exactly how that would read, and all of a sudden it's like, okay, like, if these were the cards that end up getting pulled during filming, then it's like, oh yeah, no, so like, you spent your entire childhood, you know, maybe you know, as a young adult, you were always trying to please people. At the moment, you feel like you're being manipulated by whatever powers that be, as far as, you know, authority is concerned, or, you know, there might be someone close to you that's, you know, using you to just achieve their own ends. But in the future, there will be a lot of time for you to heal and grow as a person, and like it's not going to stay this way forever, sort of thing. Like that's a really reassuring reading. So I like that. I like that's a potential thing that could happen. And also doing the shuffling. Top never fucking works for me. Come on. There we go. Right, like that's just a cool shot. If you can like zoom in on that sort of thing, that's kind of cool to get on camera. So that's gonna be my major work, and I think I'm just gonna call it reading, because it's gonna be like a tarot reading. Yeah, but I will be using my Mystic Mondays deck because they are my pretty cards, and they're also the ones that are easier to shuffle. My my Threads of Fate tarot cards, being that they're wider, are a little more difficult to shuffle, because it's not just that they're wider, they're also a little bit shorter. Like, these are very, very rectangular cards. The Threads of Fate ones are a little bit shorter and a little bit wider, making them more of a square, so shuffling them is a little bit more difficult. Like doing the flick way that I've almost perfected using the Mystic Monday. I had it perfected at one point, and then I didn't need to do any readings for a while because no one was interested in them because I'd had one done recently. So yeah, so that's gonna be my major work, and I'm really keen for it. It does mean that I'm gonna start working on my little script, because being that there's no dialogue and it's just gonna end up being 2 pages. I can sort of break it down into little beats as I'm writing it. Be like, you know, customer walks in, and you know, the whole like greeting part moves into the shuffling, moves into first card, second card, third card, and if I can keep all of those, you know, under, what's that? That's 5 parts in 120 seconds. That's under 40. That doesn't sound right. 24 seconds. That sounds better. If I can keep those under 24 seconds each, then it's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's pretty good. And then with the cards themselves, I can have like, you know, if I have the first card at 12, the second one at 18, I can use that extra 18 seconds that I've saved for the third card and how they all like relate, and the customer having their like life-changing moment of like, oh yeah, cool, like everything's gonna work out, it's gonna be great. Yeah. If there was a way that I could rig it so that those would be the cards that I just by chance pulled during this video, if there's a way that I can rig it, I would like to fit that in. It might be a case of I take the cards out before I start filming, and then as I sort of have the camera pan one way to the customer, like, oh, okay, like we're about to do it, like you know, we're getting into it, and you know, maybe just get like a reaction shot of them being like fully just like here out of the interest of what tarot is rather than like actually believing in it sort of deal. I might be able to slip those cards in order back on top in the way that I want them to be read, so that it can then come back hand between the two, or like come back to a wide shot or whatever, and then at the end it'll sort of over the top sort of thing, and you can see the reading. Because if I end up having the reading visible at the end of the thing, because I'm pretty sure these are going to get shown to everyone in my cohort, by then everyone will know that I do tarot reading, so they'll know that it's mine, and they'll all come up and be like, hey, what was the, what did that reading mean? So that's going to be part of my scripting. It's like scripting what the reading means. So I think I might end up using those cards. So yeah, that was just pure coincidence as well. I did not plan that in this video, but anyway, that's all I've got for this video though. If you enjoyed it, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button wherever it is on your device, and while you're there, just go next to it and give that bell a little ring for me. Turn on those push notifications so you can stay up to date with when I upload new videos. If you have any other ideas for videos that you would like to see me make, leave those in the comments section down below. And until next time guys, keep your head screwed on.